Right, hi everyone, good morning. I would like to thank Fossil first for inviting me to speak in this event. Allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Hortencia Chin, but a lot of people call me Tens. Contrary to popular belief, Tens was really derived from my name, Hortencia, and not because I make a lot of people tense when I'm with them. I am a graduate of computer engineering, and I have been in this industry for more than 16 years now. So I've been in this industry, meaning BPO. I started out as an agent and worked my way up to now being the site director of Legato Iloilo site. Legato is a global managed service delivery organization committed to transforming healthcare management services. We currently have 4 sites across the Philippines, 2 in Manila and 2 in Iloilo. When I was asked to talk to you today, I thought to myself, gosh, how can I compress everything that I learned in my life in 15 minutes? So let me start by asking all of you what I asked hundreds, maybe even thousands of associates during their first week of employment. What is your why? Some of you may already have a very clear path or understanding of what your whys are. Some of you may not, and that is okay. Some of the most interesting people I know didn't know what their purpose was until they were on their 50s or 60s or 70s. Why is knowing your why important? It is because your why will make you get up every morning to go to work, even when you are still sleepy. Your why will make you continue on, even though the temptation to quit may sometimes be so irresistible. Allow me to tell you my why. Almost 20 years ago, I distinctly remember sitting on the chair on the football field of the University of San Agustin, waiting for our graduation ceremony to start. That's how old I am. I remembered feeling so happy and proud that I graduated. I felt like I had reached the finish line. But I actually remembered the morning after graduation even more. I remembered waking up, lying on my bed, and almost having a panic attack. I was unemployed. What do I do? Nobody really told me what to do after graduation. Events and avenues such as this was not available during my time. Again, that's how old I am. What do I say in an interview? Nobody really taught us what to say in an interview. Long story short, in order for me to survive and to provide for my mom, I took a job with a startup mailing company. You know, the likes of Ninja Van, Entrego. We just finished 11/11, right? I was underemployed. My salary was only 5,000 pesos per month. We were a one-stop shop. We would mail packages. We had a ticketing office. We sold soft drinks and load. We also photocopied, we did fax, you name it, we have it. And yes, I know how to do all of those things in my previous job or my first job. I won't say we were isang kahig isang tuka, but we were almost there. Almost every day I would ask myself, what is a 5-year computer engineering graduate doing here? But my why was very strong. And you guys guess what my why was? Starts with the letter S, survival. Although I have half brothers and half sister, I'm an only child of my parents. My dad passed away when I was in college, and I live with my senior citizen mom. If I didn't work, we won't have food. Nobody will pay for our bills. Nobody will buy my mom's medicine. And the list goes on. It was so bad that 2 to 3 days before payday, I no longer have money. My mom will now palista with the fish vendors in our area just so we have food. And I will now pawn my mom's necklace. This was the cycle. I would pawn the necklace 2 to 3 days before salary. And when I get the salary, I would get back from the pawn shop. I would get it back from the pawn shop. This cycle continued for 1.5 years. But here's the first lesson that I learned, and I'm sharing it with everyone. Learn everywhere and from everybody. Nothing happens by chance. While I did everything in my first job, including mopping the floor, I learned a new skill. Besides mopping the floor, I learned the basics of accounting because I did the books of the company. When one of the first call centers in Iloilo opened and needed a pioneer tech support agent who also have a basic understanding of accounting, I got in. While my batchmates were techier than me and had more experience because I had zero call center experience, I was the only one who understood the bookkeeping part of the program. And for that, I had my first employer to thank for. After a year of being an agent, I was promoted to a team leader, and the rest is history. I handled different accounts and industries, which of course I had to learn. If you think about it, I should be more comfortable handling tech support since that is related to my degree, right? But I have spent a good majority of my career handling sales, not tech support. And now I have been with Legato, a healthcare company, for almost 2 years. Yes, I had to learn a lot of new exciting things, but that did not prevent me from launching not just one, but two sites in Iloilo right smack in the middle of the pandemic, providing jobs to the Ilonggos and our neighboring provinces. We opened 3,300 jobs in the past 2 years. Second lesson, our past does not define what we can and cannot do. Rather, it is us. We define what we can do. In Legato, we embrace the 70-20-10 rule to ensure our associates learn as fast as they can and can see a clear path in their career development. 70% of the development comes from on-the-job experience, such as job shadowing or observing how one associate performs their job. 20% comes from exposure through others via coaching and feedback. And only 10% comes from formal education, such as modules, workshops, and a lot more. Legato offers a plethora of resources made available for all associates to read at their own pace to continue their learning throughout their stay in Legato. So when you have stepped into the Legato workplace and building, you are assured that your growth will continue and that you have a career path laid in front of you. I know my time is almost up, so I will end by giving a few words of wisdom. I think this was also touched on earlier. Work on character and behavior. Companies will teach you the skills. Believe me, once you get hired, we will teach you. We have 2 months of training just for you. But we cannot teach character. What is character? Number one, especially for the call center industry, being on time. When we say 9 a.m., we mean 9 a.m. Actually, when we say 9 a.m., we mean be here by 8:45 and prepare your tools so that by 9 a.m., you are ready to do your job. Okay? Having a can-do attitude, being grateful, being a professional, and being respectful. You will learn a lot of skills in time. Believe me, I learned all of these things, sales, healthcare, and I'm an engineer by degree. But character is priceless. And while some people will say, always do your best, I will say this to you from one of my mentors, be better than your best. Thank you so much.
Wow, that is a very insightful story. And I just can't imagine the journey in terms of the challenges and the lessons you have learned along the way and the motivations you strive to get in where you are. And yeah, I totally agree. Work on the character. Skills can be taught, attitude can't. And the proper work ethics, it defines who you are and really gives you an edge in terms of the career that we're going to be having. So yeah, let's answer some few questions. And talents, young talents, please, if you do have any other questions, please pop in the question and answer portion. We'll be able to answer a few of your questions. And may I invite Miss Myla again in this spotlight just to join us. Tense here. Are you with us? All right. Hi, Miss Myla. So I have a question here actually from one of our candidates. She is a chemical engineering graduate. She's wondering if there's any in the health industry section that is available for her, and what do you expect for a chemical engineering graduate to join? So yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very interesting question. I think we already have a living, breathing sample of an engineer in the healthcare
Yeah,
industry,
she
right?
just shared her story actually. All right.
Yeah. So technically, if you're a chemical engineer, whatever course you took up, if you do have the ambition and also the drive to learn whatever it is that you can learn in this industry, then technically you can be successful. The expectations from a chemical engineering graduate, not just maybe for your course, but for all graduates, is that you will put your all or the uh, better than the best, as what Ten said, when you're on the job.
All right. Another question for me here is: do certifications are required or something that matter for applying in a health organization? So, what do you think, fans? Do certifications required applying in a company or an organization in your organization being in the health sector industry?
Well, there are different requirements for specific roles, right? If certifications, you mean, a diploma, or whatnot, then there are roles in Legato that actually needs the diploma. For example, our clinical group, they need to have graduated, they need to have a license, and they need to have bedside experience. However, for our call center, for those talking to our providers, those talking to our members, then you don't really need a diploma. Like what uh, Myla said earlier, we accept graduates and we accept also those who only finished 2 years in college, right? The most important part is you need to be a right fit for the position that you're applying for. For example, in any industry, right? Not just in the call center industry. If you are going to be a doctor, if you're going to be a surgeon, yeah, you need the certification to prove that you can be a surgeon. In the call center industry, if you're just going to talk to providers, members, then no need for a diploma or any certificate whatsoever. Again, it all boils down to the job fit. Are you the right person for the role?